Hello, and welcome back to Tommy's Top Picks Weekly Roundup Podcast, Episode 5. I'm your host, Tommy. I'm here with my co host, John.
How you do?
And so we've had a week.
Heck of a week, actually, I could say.
So want to start by talking about a giveaway that we are going to be doing once we hit 100 subs. We are going to be cracking two boxes, one of Cryptid Nation 2nd Edition and one of Everfest. And to participate, John, do you want to go over what it entails?
Sure, yeah. So one of each, a video for each, a giveaway for each, MetaZoo and Everfest. The way to participate is by finding the callouts for hashtags in our videos. They have been sprinkled throughout our content. I think we're at 50 or 60 videos now.
Mm-hmm.
And so throughout there is a hashtag call out within the video, sometimes beginning, sometimes middle, sometimes end. And essentially when you find the hashtag, type it into the comments. I have created a script to extract all of the hashtagged comments. If it matches one of the ones that I have said or Tommy has said, then what happens is that gives you a ticket, to the raffle, as it were. Mm-hmm. And we will spin a wheel, and the wheel will be weighted by user and number of hashtags. So you want to get more chances to win, you go and do more hashtags. There's two special circumstances there. One of them is in the 100 plus sub giveaway. It's titled Last Call, Everfest Market is Rolling. If you comment there for Fab, that ticket only applies to the Fab giveaway. And then for yours, Tommy?
Hashtag MetaZoo.
Which video was it?
I believe it was in the theme deck. Yeah.
Right. That's right. Yep.
Yeah, the water theme deck overview and upgrades.
Yeah, so if you hashtag MetaZoo there, that will give you a ticket for just the MetaZoo. So we'll split it all out. We'll spin it twice. I'll get it all set up, and it will be perfectly easy to handle. So you'll get two videos. And if you want both or either, then obviously you can find hashtags everywhere. Mm-hmm. Go and check out our content, look for the hashtags, and leave a comment, and that will help us. And then we will get to 100 subs pretty quickly. I think we've actually grew by 25% this week. So we're at 52 subs right now, and we were at 40 something like yesterday 40, or the day before. Yeah, like it was not like we grew really fast suddenly. So it may. I'm actually a little worried that we hit 100 like tomorrow, and then I'm just saying, like, if it happens, I can't crack EVR for another 2 weeks.
Well, sure, yeah.
I was like, I did not expect this to work so quickly. So maybe
I do have my Cryptid Nation here to crack, though. So
right, we can at least do one of these, right? Or maybe I'll switch it up and do a different box or something. I don't know, whatever. We'll figure it out. But hopefully, that's like a good problem to have if we have it. Oh, but anyways, that is the deal with that. Also want to mention we have a Patreon now, and I want to say thank you to our first two patrons. Super excited to have you aboard. It's awesome that people are willing to support us and what we're doing, and we love that people are interacting in the community, in the the comments and stuff, and come on over, join up, get into the Discord, play games with us, etc.
Really does mean a lot to us.
It does. It's like huge. It's mind-boggling. Both Tommy and I are like blown away that there's people that want to support us on this. So thank you very much. I don't want to call you out because I don't know if you want your name out there, but thank you very much to
If you do, let us join the Discord and let us know. We'll call you.
Yeah, by all means. Episode. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, let us know. Anyways, so that's that. How was your week?
It was fun. I went to a MetaZoo event, which we'll talk to in a little bit, and work was really busy. Videos were really busy, but I had a fun time. I had a fun time putting together the MetaZoo overview of the water theme deck and the upgrades. Yeah, so that was fun. I like that. I've been enjoying that deck a lot.
And yeah, it's a nasty one. Apparently, there's some response to Loveland now.
Yeah, it's an Earth deck.
Is that what it is? Yeah, I heard somebody say, I forget what I was watching, but there's some video out there where they were like, oh, yeah, this is how you shut down the Loveland meta.
Mm-hmm. I was like, I forget exactly what card, but there's a card that basically makes Loveland's effects not work.
Yeah, not a problem. Yeah. Yep. I was surprised about that. I'm like, cool, a meta that's actually like alive and and doing interesting things.
I think
And
it's
not to
just
say
slow.
that others aren't. Yeah,
Right.
it's just slow.
It's slow because there aren't as many people playing. And so, like, take Magic the Gathering Arena, for example. How easy it is to copy and paste decks, and how many games are being played every minute. So you find the best decks a lot quicker. And what I'm really enjoying is the small community and the slow meta but very breakable meta.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's a naturally evolving meta as opposed to like instant jam.
Right.
Yeah.
It's interesting that even though the water is strong against earth, it can still be a counter.
Yeah, that is interesting because I always was afraid of this like elemental power thing.
Sure. And I mean, Pokemon's had the same thing since the beginning. And it sometimes comes into play, but not as much as you would think.
Right.
Because there's just power levels of the cards as well.
Right. Yep. So cards. What'd you pick up?
My Tectonic Plating arrived.
Nice.
And
anything else?
My full holo Grim Reaper arrived.
Nice.
And so now my Nightfall binder is complete with full holos.
Nice.
Which is super exciting.
That is exciting. That's really cool.
Because I was supposed to arrive like a week ago, but then I was accidentally sent a Wendigo instead, which is actually $5 more. But I was like, I want
to complete my collection.
So I messaged the guy, and he was like, "Oops, I got the label switched," and so I mailed it back to him, and he mailed me the other one, and worked out. Just took a little longer.
Yeah, talk about a weird one. I had a strange like missend as well. I got a bunch of stuff this week, but I got Chain Lightning, I think it was the one. Yeah. And I got a playset of 3, ordered 3 from the same vendor even. And they showed up and it was only 2 of them. I've never had that happen before. It was very odd. I messaged them. I was like, hey, really strange. Got them, but only 2. They just messaged me the next day. They're like, I have no idea how that happened. Like, sorry, I'll just give you a refund for the one. It's like, well, but I want 3.
Now I have to order another.
Yeah, exactly. Now I don't have a playset. So, oh well. I'll have to buy another one at some point, or maybe I'll crack one, get lucky. Yeah. But okay, cool. What about boxes? Anything cool there?
Yeah, I got the Rudy Bundle, so I got the promo and the mat and the 2 boxes, 2 booster boxes, 2 spell books. I think 2 theme decks and 2 event decks.
It's only 2? I thought it was 5 theme decks.
No.
Is it only 2? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it got smaller. He changed it
because he didn't have enough. Yeah, because he didn't have enough. Yeah. That sucks. That's rough. And there's definitely logistics problems. I mean, speaking on that topic, holy crap, I've never seen this. And maybe I'm just not super plugged into this stuff, but did you see Magic put out a notice that they couldn't get unset out in time because of cardboard issues? What?
Yeah.
Cardboard issues?
Yeah. Cardboard. I mean, everything is shortage right now. Like, I work at an auto parts store, and the getting parts in has been really difficult. And like, especially like batteries, or now grease. There's going to be a shortage on grease. There's a shortage on batteries, rotors. Like, if you need work done to your car right now, slow PSA. Side tangent PSA. If you need work done on your car right now, get it done. It may take longer than you think.
Oh God, that's good to know.
So if you need
new brakes, I don't drive my car that much anymore. So
if you need an oil change, oil is getting rough.
Jeez, what in the world? Yeah. All right, COVID. Enough of this nonsense. Anyways, let's move on to brighter topics. Yeah. What other stuff did you get? You got the Rudy bundle. What else? Anything else?
I'm trying to think. Oh, yeah. So I ordered right after 9 days ago now. I ordered a box of Nightfall for $189. I felt pretty happy about it. And then 8 days later, I just get a cancel. It's the order's canceled. Like, I honestly,
because the price jumped by $70.
Right. And so I just thought it was a little odd that 8 days, that's a long time. And so it was through Channel Fireball. And so I reached out.
A new like marketplace thing where it's like LGSs up there. Yeah. Which I like that, but
I subscribe to their thing, so that gives you credit, and I just use that credit. It's a great system. I love the way it works, but so I reached out and I was just like, hey, so this seems a little shady, because it was like there was a place to report, and so I was just like, yeah, this is shady. So I did. And then the next day, I got an email back from Channel Fireball saying that they don't condone this kind of act, and that that seller has been temporarily removed from the store.
That's crazy. Like, that's good. Wild. Yeah, I like that they're responding like that, in the fact that it's like an LGS marketplace now, but they're still like committed to quality and making sure people get what they are ordering and stuff. That's cool. Right.
Like, if you don't want to sell it for that, don't have it up there for that. Right?
For sure. Yeah. I mean, that happens on a lot of stuff. Yeah. I remember, what was it, the Eye or something I ordered for Flesh and Blood?
Yeah.
And it was the same thing. It went out of print like the next day, and they canceled my order. Yeah, that's such a pain in the butt. And there was no recourse on TCG Player. So
yeah, I mean, I have 4 boxes of Nightfall, so I'm happy. I was just like, oh, well, this is probably going to go up, so I grabbed one more. And unfortunately, it did not arrive. I did get a full refund, though, so that's...
It works.
Yeah.
Not the end of the world.
No. And then I think that might be it. Oh, I grabbed 2 more Cryptonation 2nd edition, so I have 4 now as well. And some of the blister packs.
Nice. Those are pretty hot, I'd say, the blister packs.
I'm excited to open a spell book. Oh, that's something I'll do this week. I'm going to open a spell book.
Oh, okay, cool. So, you're going to make a video about it?
Yep. Yeah, the second.
See what the pull rates are, if they have the same situation with the
I don't think they do. So from what I've heard, that is fixed.
Okay. I was curious about that. So yeah, I picked up a bunch of stuff this week. I got a bunch of reserve list items from MetaZoo's new reserve list. We'll talk about that in a minute. And they all showed up for a mail day yesterday, right? That went out?
Yeah.
So go check out that video if you want to see all the insane stuff I got. Got in some fab cards. I'm trying to think. It's mostly just mechanologists right now that I'm collecting. I had a few wizards things that were coming in slowly, like the slower stuff. Mm-hmm. And then I picked up in bout of insanity. I picked up 2 cases of MetaZoo, which is 6 boxes each. That's too many boxes of cards.
Oh, it's a master box, right? And then master case, and then but the inside, the 2 sleeves of 6, I don't think they have any markings on them.
No, and the master box doesn't have any stop tape on it either. So it's like you don't like, sealed product isn't a thing in MetaZoo as far as I can tell. I mean, besides the individual.
Well, I mean, the rarities are different too. It's not like you're hunting for a legendary.
Yeah. It's not like a case to get to something. Yeah, no, It's totally different. So I'm not too worried about it. It's not like I have the sealed inner box thing on my shelf, but I'm not intending to sell it sealed. I'll end up selling the boxes individually, I imagine. Because there's no way to indicate it. Even the master box, it says MetaZoo on the side. But again, no stop tape, no way to indicate if I just cut it open and retaped it. Like, I could literally just retape it and you wouldn't know, and put in like confetti. It's totally there's no markings on it. So don't go secondary market with sealed cases, because you'll probably get ripped off. That's my suggestion. I could be wrong. Maybe there's indicators somewhere on there, but I didn't see anything. It was just regular old clear tape.
Yeah,
nothing special. So yeah, I don't think sealed cases are a thing for MetaZoo. But regardless, I picked up 2 cases. Basically because of that Cryptonation 2 video I did, I got like a 3x return on that, slightly below, just from opening it. And I was so excited. I went out and ordered cases. And then I just did the first box of that today. You'll have to watch tomorrow to see what the results are. Yeah, booster box game.
I don't even know what they are.
Yeah, you'll have to watch it tomorrow. It will be out. I think it's 3:30 or so. It's scheduled to go out. So take a look. And it's good. It was good. It was a good game. I enjoyed it. And I won't reveal anything beyond that. No spoilers.
Cool.
Anything else on what we picked up? I don't think I have anything else. I haven't ordered any more. Everfest yet.
I got my pre-orders in for Everfest a while ago.
I have 2. I'm doing the Rudy kit. I'm definitely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I'm
that'll be this week, right?
The Rudy Gym Keeper thingy. So I got to do that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's a good kit. I mean, he has good.
Do you think it's that
promos?
Did he announce what they are? The mat?
No, not at all.
I wonder if it's the Icelander mat.
So here's the thing. In about an hour and 15 minutes from the time of our recording this, there is a reminder scheduled video. And if you look at the Flesh and Blood site, they say everything's in Eastern time and it's supposedly all coming out tomorrow. Except the title of his video is exclusive I Am in Big Trouble official video. And Rudy has like a very close relationship with like James White and Flesh and Blood. So I imagine he's being allowed to cheat and do his spoiler first in an hour or so. Okay. So we got to hurry up and get this done because I want to see it. But beyond that, he might tease like the mat and things like that, right? Because that's usually how he does it.
Sure.
As to what the kit is next week. But either way, I'm going to pick it up because I'll get a slight discount with the Rudy Gym Keeper. And I want a third case. Like I was going to get a third case one way or the other.
Do you think
that was going to happen
with this cardboard shortage?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I can't imagine him not doing cases.
What if he couldn't get cases from MetaZoo?
What do you mean he couldn't get cases from MetaZoo?
He couldn't get the bigger ones, like a box that would fit that.
Oh yeah, but that's just a special.
Oh wait, no, the crew boxes are small.
Yeah, that's not a problem. Okay, that's not going to be the issue. No. What might be the issue is it might come.
Do you think it'll be the cases will be the same size as
crew? Yeah. It's the same form factor. It looks like it from the boxes I've seen online. They are like the exact same size as crew.
I was reorganizing some stuff, and I have 2 different size Welcome to Wraith.
Yeah, the 2 editions. One of them's Belgium, one of them's Japan, I believe.
Oh, which is which?
I don't know. It'll say on the side.
Which is better?
I think Belgium is better, but I'm not 100% on that because it's a little different for each set. But I think for WTR, Belgium is better, and Japan's the one with the weird edges.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah. There's a few different variants.
I was like, wait, these are different sizes.
Yeah, there's a few different variants like that. I'm trying to remember what there's another one that was similar that it's basically when I got it, I was like, is this real or is this repacked? He's like, dude, look at the size. This is Belgium. Go look it up online. They're all like that because it doesn't have stop tape either. It has like a red paper tape. And you're like, oh, what have you done? I just paid a lot of money for this. No, it's perfectly fine. It's just how it is. It's the only one. Yeah, it's Crew Unlimited sealed. Has a paper tape, a red paper tape. I think that one's from Belgium. But it just depends on the printers and stuff. It's been all over the place. It's been a rough couple years in the world of cardboard logistics. If you haven't noticed,
it seems like it might be getting worse.
Yeah, for a while. But I think I'll get the Rudy kit. If it's a bad deal, then I might just buy another case and say forget about it. But I doubt it. It's usually worth it. And then besides the mat and the promo, the one thing that happened, I believe this was with the Tales of Aria Unlimited kit he sold. They came in loose boxes, even though you got 4 of them instead of a sealed case. In which case, those will be the 4 that I open because I'll have at least 1 case for the shelf. But the other 2 I plan to open anyway, so who cares? So we'll see how that goes. Mm-hmm. Anyways, next topic, what we played?
I played some MetaZoo, and you played some Flesh and Blood Blitz. I took part in the Kitchen Table TCG. It was either Tuesday or Wednesday. We did like this theme deck. It was going to be a theme deck event where you just brought a theme deck and played, but then people decided they wanted to play their own decks, so we did that too. It was fun. Met some cool people. Enjoyed my time. Had 2 great sets of best of 3. I brought my goofy pizza bird flame deck with salamanders and the bears. It was fun. First set I won 2-0 against the dark deck, and then I lost 2 games to a Loveland deck.
Yeah, Loveland's Bay. Yeah. Loveland's amazing.
Yeah, it threw me off because I was preparing myself for a theme deck night and then went up against the Loveland. So
yeah, well, that does happen.
Yeah, it was fun. Interesting. It was a good time.
Good. I thought you were saying something else.
Oh, no. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's I've yet to crack a single Loveland. I have a few now because I bought them, but I've not opened one
Really?
myself. Not a single one.
I have a playset
How
of reverse hollows for playing, and then I have a full hollow in the binder.
like how many freaking Mothmen have I pulled? And I can't pull Loveland. I want my damn frog. I
It is
love my wizard frog.
I find it fascinating that everyone pulls more Mothman than other things, and everyone mentions that, but yet Mothman is still the most expensive. I think it's printed more than others. Honestly.
It might be, but everyone loves it. It
Right,
doesn't really
right.
matter, you know. Like demand and supply
Demand is still
both
higher.
factors.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Supply may be higher, but demand is even higher.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
That's
I want my
interesting.
frog.
Not a reverse one and nothing?
No, never.
And you've
Not a
opened
single
2
frog.
boxes now?
Yeah, 2 full boxes.
I guess
Yeah,
it took me 5 boxes to get to those 3.
I can't believe you've opened 5
Or
boxes.
no, 4.
Of CN second edition? That's nuts, dude.
2. No, I opened 4.
4. It's still nutso, but less nutso. I'll be beyond that at some. Well, I guess it depends on how the booster box game goes.
Yeah, well,
that's one thing I was saying while recording it. I'm like, I kind of don't want to win because then I just have a bunch of sealed product. But then I kind of do want to win because then that means I got more value out of it, right? So it's like I'm torn. I'm like, I guess I win if I win, and I win if I lose.
Yeah, it's a win-win situation.
It really is, yeah. Yeah. So played this week. Played Flesh and Blood Blitz. It was I just played the one game, I think. I can't remember any other games I played. Played a wizard Kano deck against Chain, my defensive Chain deck, and I forgot to put Null Rune on, so that didn't go well the first time. Yeah.
And then you put Null Rune on?
What's that?
And then you put Null Rune on?
Yeah, the second time I won pretty easily. Because if you Null Rune, Kano is not as good. And to be fair, he also did not combo out the second time. And the first time he comboed out hard. So no guarantee I would have won that one because of how well his deck worked that time. But the next time he just flubbed. He like ran out of gas a couple times where it's like he tried and then it was like gaze into the aether. So the end result of his mega combo was to opt one. Right, it's like that hurts. But yeah, it was fun. It was good to play. It's been a minute, and I'm excited for EVR. Like that's one of the reasons I haven't played because it's all about to change.
Okay, so here's a hard call right now.
Sure.
You have the Ice Wizard and Frost Wizard, and so you take her and you give her a spell that makes defending arcane damage cost 1 more resource that turn. So it's like a buff, but it makes defending with a Null Rune more difficult.
Interesting. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that's out there right now.
Yeah.
We could talk about that in the topic of
we'll
the
talk about that later.
Yeah, because there's a lot of interesting speculation we can do on Everfest, and there's a lot of little hints out there that I don't think many people have gathered all together. I have because I'm insane. So I was going to do a whole video on it, but then I got distracted with other things and haven't put that video out, and it will be too late. We'll have real spoilers soon, so oh well.
Yeah.
But we can chat about it here.
Yeah.
So that's that. You want to talk about the videos that came out this week?
Sure. I put out a video going over the Water Nightfall theme deck for MetaZoo. It's been my favorite so far, so I wanted to start with that one. I'm going to do the Cosmic next because my Cryptid Nation 2nd edition hasn't arrived yet, but when it does, then I will do Dark as soon as that gets here. So probably Cosmic and then Dark are the next ones. So basically what I talked about was how the deck works, what it's trying to do. It's basically if you've ever played a blue-white Magic deck, that's this. And then I talked about with a couple singles how you can upgrade. The value in that deck is insane. And with just a couple singles, you're only a couple singles away from a Loveland Lockdown deck. So I talk about the cards and what you can add and to make that viable, and then explain what that deck tries to do and how the cards are used.
Yeah, it was a good video. I enjoyed it.
I try to like point out. So I'm always learning new things about MetaZoo. Still, like I don't consider myself knowing everything, but when I do learn something new and I'm like, oh, that would probably trip most people up, I like to include that, just so other people can learn too. Like with the flying stuff, where it doesn't work like magic flying.
It does not.
It
was good to find out.
Yeah, when you have a flying beastie and you attack, it can be defended by non-flying beasties. It just can't be the target of attack. They just can't target you back, but they can defend you.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense because say you're a giant flying eagle of death or whatever, phoenix of fire or something, right? You're going to attack something. You come in at it. Well, guess what? You have to go down to its level if it's on the ground. And that means someone defending can defend from the ground, right? It makes sense. Like it totally makes sense. So yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I thought that was a great video. I really enjoyed your commentary on the tech and how it all works. Plus, of course, you featured my favorite all-time character of MetaZoo. I was like, you were explaining the deck, and I think you said Chessie was like the center of the deck or the power of the deck or something, and that was the default deck. Yeah. And I was like, no, Frogman is the winner of all blue. I can't handle this. I had to.
It's nutty. Like when I was playing in the event, and it just, I mean, yeah, it puts all the status effects on you, but just having sleep on you is really just enough to because you just lock down the opposing beasties, so they can't do anything because they don't awaken until they take damage.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I still have not read Loveland. I know you've gone over it with me like 3 times now, and I don't really remember much of our conversation about what he does. So I just know he does a lot, and he's powerful, and he's a frog wizard. I really just care about the frog wizard part.
Yes. So this week we will do another MetaZoo gameplay video, and I'm saying in the podcast, so John has to do it. And we're going to make a video where you're going to put together a deck, and I'm going to play the Loveland Lockdown deck, and you will learn what the Frogman does.
Why I love it so much.
Yes.
I love that frog just for the art from day one. And
it's incredible.
And then I found out it was super powerful, and I'm like, all the better.
Yeah.
I love that frog. It's so funny. Well, I guess we'll get a chance to see how it actually.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
I lost track of where we were.
Oh yeah, the videos. That's right.
Let's do Genesis gameplay. That was fun.
I enjoyed playing that. I look forward to playing again.
Yeah, so we put out a video. Yeah, we did a video of us getting together and we played Genesis. It is a new card game. Well, it's been out for a couple of years, but it's just coming back on Kickstarter, getting more funding, growing the fan base. Really enjoyed it. I think it's very different. It's almost like a board game closer to a board game than a card game, but so kind of like a board game with deck building aspects.
Yeah, like chess or checkers, except the pieces are your cards from your deck.
Imagine you get to build your chess pieces, like you get to design them, by picking the cards. So you get to choose how you play chess, which I think is very interesting.
It is very interesting. I mean, just those 2 decks. We played 2 games, and they were very different games. Right. And I think if we just kept playing with those games, it would still be like fun battles time and time again, just with those 2 starters. Mm-hmm. That's without ever going into the like deck building component or the other heroes or the other cards or the rare stuff or blah blah blah. It is a lot of fun. I look forward to more of it.
Yeah.
Not sure when that will happen though.
I just hope. No offense. I just hope the art steps it up a bit. It just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, you who likes all sorts of random silly things. It's fine. Whatever. That's not everyone's art. It's personal. It's you can like what you like. It is not silly. I do like it. I like the art. I mean, yes, there's more room to grow there, but I like it. I think it's fine.
When I was editing the video and putting the cards overlays on, I was looking at all the other cards, and the other cards look awesome. So maybe it's just like the cards of
the starter decks.
The starter decks.
Yeah.
I was looking at the other cards, and I was like, oh, these look cool.
So here's the other thing. You might want to watch Louis Kitchen Table TCG has a box opening where he's hunting for the foil. And it's not like a cold foil or anything. It's not like crazy, but it does look good. And it actually kind of reminds me of what you see in some of the, not all the Pokemon, but certain Pokemon cards where it's like a specific shine to it, like angle shine. I don't know how to describe it. It's hard to describe. It's very specific type of foiling. They look really good. They are all super freaking rare. So it's like, okay, that's where it gets a little interesting.
Yeah.
And again, we have scratched the surface. We've played with 2 starter decks. How many starter decks look like the best stuff? Right. They are not.
No. But it was fun. Like the gameplay's solid. I really enjoyed the gameplay.
Yeah, I think the deck building component is going to be amazing too.
That seems intimidating.
With the chi thing and like point cards. That reminds me of like Warhammer, like playing Warhammer army.
An army list, pointless. Yeah,
crazy. I love it.
Imagine, it's incorporating that into a deck building game.
Yeah,
it's like, these cards don't cost things, but your deck can only be so powerful. How do you spread out the power?
Yep. And if you run out of cards, you're dead. So it's very important to balance between hard, strong things like, hard hitters, and then like your peons that need to just get in the way and help maneuver the board.
Yeah. Or if you want to make like a swarm.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Wonder how that would go. Because there's definitely an inherent advantage to having a lot of stuff on the board.
For sure. I mean, it's a wall kind of.
Yeah.
Besides,
exactly. You can herd the board. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. See, there's a lot of room for exploring different avenues in that game. I love it.
Yeah, totally.
It'll be a slower play because their Kickstarter's just done, and I don't think they're promising ridiculous print times. So I don't think it's being delivered anytime soon. I'll double check, but from what I recall, it's not like, we'll have it out next month or anything. And they already have the first cases, but honestly, I have one. I don't want to crack it. It's staying on the shelf.
That's fine.
But maybe sometime if we want to like split a case or something just to build some decks and mess around with that part, we can do that. But
that'd be fun.
Anyways, yeah, that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. What else did we get?
We did a box break for our first patron.
That was awesome. So thanks again to our very first patron. Gave him a discount. I had 2 boxes of Tales Unlimited sitting on my shelf. I had seen what was in the contents of the other 2, and there was no legendary. And so I assumed that one of those 2 would have a legendary in it. And so I said, hey, I'll give you this box for half price. And if your box has the legendary in it, you can get both boxes. If my box has the legendary in it, then you just get your box for half price. So either way you win, but you might win bigger. And he's like, shit, I'll do that deal. He's like, that sounds like a total deal. Because he was looking for Tails cards. Anyways, he didn't have many in his collection. He opened mostly Monarch, I think. And so I was like, great, let's do it. And so we recorded it. And I'll let you see what the results were. But yeah, it was definitely a nail biter right to the end. And he won. Like I said, either way he wins. So it worked out. He's happy with it. That's going out to him tomorrow. I have it all packed up and ready to go. Just got to get to the post office. What else did we do? A couple mail days. I got so much mail this week, which you can go watch. Some of it was those reserve list items like we were talking about.
Everfest card value.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I did I don't know if you call it deck tech. It's more like meta analysis of the way the cards work in consideration for around the bannings first, right? The chain, ball lightning, and the plunder run, cards being banned and why those were banned and how they were overpowered, and give you a way to look at the whole mechanics of the game a little bit differently to help you evaluate the most powerful cards in the game early so you can beat your local meta. So that was a good video. Very interesting stuff. I love digging into that. I don't always have the time, but when I do, or when I see something that sparks some information that I want to share, I definitely like to throw it out there for everyone to take advantage of.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Then I did my market update around EVR. There's some EVR hype and rumor stuff that we put out. And you cracked some boxes. CN2. Did you crack 3 boxes this week?
Did I?
Oh, because 2 of them were on the podcast.
2 of them were on the podcast, yeah.
Right. I was like, really? You did 3 of those this week? No.
I'm probably gonna open one more box because I'm missing. So I've been working on the binder. I'm missing 2. I'm missing the train, and I'm missing Power Bread. The Ghost Train and Power Bread, and those are 2 that I want. So I'll open up one more box. If I don't pull it in that, then I'm just gonna buy them singles.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, I got the Ghost Train in first edition. Man, that was a great deal. I talk about that in one of the 2 mail days. Go check it out. Actually, that one might not be out yet. That might be next week's mail day. Yeah, I got a great deal. So keep an eye on the mail days, and you'll hear about how and why and what you can do and to get yourself into strong, financial positions with collectible cards by, just negotiating. Mm-hmm. It's not too hard. There's a lot of people out there with a lot of product, and they're willing to let it go for cheaper prices. So take advantage. Well worth it. Yeah, that's pretty much it on the videos we put out. We put out a lot of stuff this week. It was a busy week.
I'm also almost completely sorted. So almost all of my cards are sorted.
I am so far away from sorted.
I am so close.
Oh, I don't look forward to it. I have so many things to sort. I actually need to go through my MetaZoo because now I have some CN2.
Yeah, so you got
to. And I want to see.
You got to play my Loveland deck.
Well, not only that, I want to see what I have because there's I want to get a fairly substantial collection of the reserve list cards. Mm-hmm. So I want to see my full inventory of them and kind of track that. Because I've bought a bunch, I've cracked a bunch.
Did you get a bunch of Aurifacts too?
Yes. Yeah. In the opening, I got a bunch, like 10 or something, ridiculous. I was like, whoa!
I think in my
first box, actually you got to watch the video. It's kind of crazy.
I got 15 in my first box.
Oh my god! Yeah, I could see it though. I could see it. Yeah, crazy.
I have a full set of full hollow now.
Yeah, see, that's I don't know if I want a full set, but there's definitely
I just opened it.
I just want a collection of a specific collection. I've decided what that target is yet. I think the first thing is reserve list, right? Mm-hmm. I want to get, say, maybe 10 of each on the reserve list, all full hollow, reverse hollow, and different editions, right? Mm-hmm. Something like that. I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but I have a handful of each and just trying to sort it all out, figure it out. But I got to sort my stuff to figure out what I have to determine what I need,
Right.
So I got to do that. I'm way behind on sorting. What about next week? What's coming up?
Next week, I'm going to be doing the Cosmic and possibly the Dark as well if I get it next week.
Right.
And we're going to be covering all the Everfest spoilers as they come out because that's starting after we record this podcast perfectly on time.
Yeah. Well, it might actually be within hours. Well, the thing was, we originally thought it might be we'd have content related to that for here, and we can talk about it a little bit because there's some teasers, but then when you look up on the website, it basically says it won't be till tomorrow Eastern time. But then Rudy's video popped up a few minutes ago, and I was like, oh, what? Huh?
Yeah.
What? So it's okay. We'll talk about it next week, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. So EVR spoilers for sure. I'll do my market update in mail day, of course, and then the booster box game I recorded today comes out tomorrow, so you get to see the results of that. And that's pretty much it. That's planned, but I imagine there'll be.
There's Everfest stuff to talk about.
Yeah, there's going to be something so hot I have to break in and be like, hey, did you see this one card? You know what that means? This is crazy. There's so much. All right, let's just break into the spoiler season stuff because I can't resist.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of caught up.
Yeah, we're at that point. We're close enough. So much stuff out there. One of the things I heard, one is there's generics. 2, there's zero cost cards. So that is still a factor that will be at play. And if it's a zero cost generic attack action, that's going to mess with the meta. It always does. They are the powerhouse cards. If you haven't seen my videos on card statistics, go watch them. They are powerhouses. They're literally at the top of every competitive deck. So that might be a meta changing thing. So exciting with that. The other stuff is just all over the place. Apparently, it's a powerhouse of a set. People that have opened it, because yes, somebody has opened a box. Mm-hmm. Fluke from Fluke and Box got permission to open it early. he posted a video, and all they were allowed to show was reactions. So they blur out the box, they blur out the cards, and then they just started like, "Oh my god, did you see that?" And that will change the way this, and it just like cuts constantly. And there's 5 videos of that, but you do pick up little snippets if you watch every little thing and pay attention. And now we have some of it confirmed. Someone said coins, gold coins, silver coins confirmed.
Silver, yeah. There's a picture of the silver one.
Yeah, that as of today it's confirmed.
I haven't seen a picture of the gold one.
Oh no, yeah. The question mark was it gold or silver? It was clearly some coin. Like through the blur, someone thought that might be the coin thing, and they were right. It was a good prediction. So yeah. And then of course the Twitter stuff. What was the most exciting bit of the Twitter thing for you?
I'm gonna have to pull them up.
Oh, you don't remember any of them? So bad, Tommy. So
Not that
bad.
I don't remember them. It's that
you posted
which one my favorite was.
You posted them.
I don't know. I think the one I'm most excited for. Oh, I just had it. The card that can be used to defend your allies.
Yeah, that's definitely a teaser, especially when you consider that other hero.
Your allies.
Right. Well, you saw the merchant text today, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So pay 2. Your allies draw a card. For each one that does, you generate a silver token. If no one does, then you draw a card. That's the merchant's power.
Right.
So now allies is currently a mechanic in the game that's related to the demons for the Shadow Brute and Shadow Rune Blade. And they operate very specifically, kind of mechanically flat. They don't do a whole lot. They basically just swing. They're not like crazy good.
Right.
But if you imagine a merchant that works with these coins and the allies being like some sort of caravan guard mercenary types that he pays with coins to get them to activate and do things, that could be a very interesting mechanic. But how would they ever draw cards? So there's clearly a use for PvE, like team play, right?
Yeah, right.
And they've hinted at it with other cards, but that one's like as clear cut as it is, because the only way your allies can draw a card is if there are other people that are also playing decks with you. Crazy.
Or what if it's like 2-headed dragon for Magic, where it's 2-on-2?
It could be that. It could be, yeah, it definitely could be that. That's the thing. We don't know for sure. But PvE has been such a tease, and James White even talked about it. And there was even a video of a guy who actually got to play a like very beta version of it a few years ago at a calling.
Cool.
So that was officially from them. They had a side table.
Yeah, I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I might be able to get my partner to play it, and that will be fun. She's not into competitive games as much, but would maybe play a PvE version of this.
Yeah, I mean, she played what is it, Dice Throne with us.
She did. And that is PvP. A little bit competitive. Yeah, that is PvP, but she's not really into that stuff. She's not really like it. I think she just did because you guys were.
Yeah, that's fair. But, yeah, no, PvE would be a ton of fun.
Yeah,
and I really hope they don't go back on it now.
Oh yeah, I mean, if they don't do it, well, again, it won't be in Everfest. It'll just be led up to in Everfest. It would be that mystery product next quarter, if at all. So we won't really know for 2 more months after this. But if like there's that many cards that are just like completely referencing allies, and then there's nothing describing any of it, like
sure,
I think the answer becomes very clear that it's coming. Let's see, 2 cards that destroy auras. So let's dig a little bit into what happened at the Nationals. Prism won.
Mm-hmm.
Prism came back. You take away Briar's defense Earth token things, and Prism rises to the top again. She didn't even place in the top 8 at the one Prism won. And then the other one, and get this, the guy who piloted Prism, he'd never played against Briar.
What?
And he took the whole Nats.
He didn't play Briar once?
That was the first time he had played against Briar with his Prism. Wow. What? How do you come to a national without preparing against the number one? Now maybe, so I heard this from,
Were the bans and stuff in place?
No, the errata to Briar was in place. So she can't generate more than one defense token, which is what shut down most pivots, in the game. Which is one of the reasons Prism just couldn't do it, right? But now clearly Prism can. Now, of course, it all changes in a couple of days with Everfest, but it's interesting. It's interesting. And the other one was Hayden Dale from Arsenal Pass. Mm-hmm. He won the Australian, I think.
Yeah, and
that was his OTK
Viscerai.
Or Viscerai, yeah, however you say it.
Viscerai.
Yeah. So pretty cool. I actually don't know much about that deck. I've heard rumor here and there and like a little bit about how it's supposed to work, but I've never actually looked at it. So I'm excited to see the decks posted. Because that's he's a really good player. He does good content, and he's definitely more. I would say I wasn't sure that he was still a good player. I thought he was like. I knew he was. What was that?
He was a calling champion before this.
Yeah, but the callings before this didn't have that many people by comparison.
True.
Like that's what I mean. It's like you can be the best of the first comers, and it's a different tier when literally there's thousands of competitors by comparison.
It's different.
And point being is he swept it. Yeah. And I watched an interview with him beforehand. He's like, yeah, I haven't really gotten that many games yet. So he wasn't even.
Yeah.
I don't think he was practicing that hard either. And he still won. So, all right, hats off to him. He's badass. He's badass. Yeah. And that deck is apparently really good, which is interesting. So maybe a new Runeblade meta, just a different Runeblade.
It'll always be a Runeblade.
It's always a Runeblade. Let's see. What other things were leaked? That was interesting. The 2
reaction.
Cards. Yep. Sorry, go ahead.
A defense reaction that costs 1 and could defend for 10.
Yeah, that's crazy. I wonder how that worked. The 2 cards that destroy auras is scary as hell for me.
Maybe you have to like discard cards, or that would be kind of the same then, because you're still losing cards.
Could be.
Or it's some kind of intimidate or that kind of effect.
Yeah, or it could be a cost. Like there's another one, Staunch Response, I think.
Or that could be the card that if you destroy an equipment, if you destroy your own equipment.
Could be, yeah, that's fair. That's mentioned in a couple of them. Yeah, lose an equipment and then
this blocks
have a massive defense. Yeah. That's kind of cool. It makes armor that doesn't really blocking armor now with that card. I kind of like that idea. Cool. I hope that's actually it. That would be cool. Because sometimes your gear just feels useless at a certain point in the game. You're like, I wish it would just defend.
Yeah. None of these tweets ever said that they aren't talking about the same card.
No, that's true. Yeah, we don't know. It's totally, it could be or it might not be, but there's a lot of stuff that seems like it's linked. Like there's one that there's, was it four cards related to each other or something? Mm-hmm. 4 cards with a new mechanic on it, which makes you think a set of armor.
Sure.
And then it says a way to destroy your own equipment and weapons. So that feels somewhat related. So, yeah. I just don't like this aura one. 2 cards that get rid of auras. That hurts Prism a lot. Her whole life is auras.
It's true.
So let's talk about that other potential illusionist. Did you get a chance to look at that?
The art? I saw, yes.
Yeah, so we actually don't know what the source of that is. I think that was just out on Twitter. And it was a picture of a like platinum blonde lady with this really crazy looking robe that has like decals on it or whatever. And then some like swords flying around her. It reminds me a little bit of Singing Steelblade. Mm-hmm. But it's like a blue sort of thing going. So the question is it like an ice warrior? Is it an illusionist? And
I'm leaning illusionist.
Yeah, after doing some digging on the card DB, FabDB, at all the cards in illusionist style, if you look at the Spear one and Phantasmify, there's a couple where it's like a blue glowy plasma that is also a weapon. And this looks like these swords kind of have a blue glowy plasma to them.
Yeah.
So it makes me think that, it's an illusionist. Now, Prism is a light illusionist, and her, magic was gold in color, right? And gold metal. Like if you look at the Sentinel, right? It's like a gold metal dude with like this flowy gold energy in them, right? And so, but the pure illusionist cards, not the light illusionist cards, all have like a blue glow to their, whatever their illusion is that's in the art. So I think she might just be a pure illusionist instead of an elemental illusionist, which would be interesting. What does that do?
A lot of things.
Yeah, and if you think of all so this is another thing. So we have four heroes. We know there's only 4 because they basically teased
2 already.
Yeah, 2 already. We got Icelander, the Ice Wizard. You got Valda, the Guardian. And then we now have the Merchant as of today.
But does that count as the 4? That's one of the 4?
Why? It's a hero.
Yeah, but did Kavanaugh count?
Yeah, he's in the hero listing if you look at the website.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's a hero. Yeah, I think that's it. So we have one more. But the thing that's most important is that only Icelander is a talent character. The other 2 are generics. There's no ice, there's no element, there's nothing.
Right, but in Crucible of War there was 6 and it included the Shapeshifter and the Merchant. I think we're going to get 4 playable heroes.
I don't think so.
Because then why didn't the Merchant pop up yet on the website?
Well, because it wasn't officially revealed. That got leaked after a Ultimate Pit Fight after party people went to, and they gave them out, and then drunken people put them on Twitter.
Oh. Gotcha. Fair enough.
At least I think that's how it all happened.
No accusations.
So what's that?
Crucible War has 6. 4 and 4.
It does, but I think we have enough heroes at this point, and they are trying to build up the card pools for them instead of going crazy with it. And again, these are all going to be young heroes, right? So you're not getting that much out of them anyway. So why fill all the slots with them?
Sure.
I mean, how many do we have now? 15, 16 heroes total, or 19 maybe? I can't even remember.
Including
the merchants, including everything. Yeah. It's 19 plus. I could be wrong, but it's a lot. There's a lot of heroes now. Not that many classes, right? We're still in the main set of classes, but that's
22, not including Everfest.
Yeah, 22, not including Everfest. Holy crap! So 26 total heroes. Yeah, how far do you want to go before you consolidate a little?
But that includes the Merchant and the Shapeshifter, Ira, Benji. Yeah, all the young and all the old.
Yeah. I mean, I think so there's some that aren't, Benji isn't really playable as of right now. The Shapeshifter kind of is, but not really. The Merchants definitely aren't, which I think will change with this. Because come on, if they don't give Merchant support at a freaking festival, exactly. So I think Merchants will suddenly become playable now. Maybe only in PvE, because that guy seems very PvE oriented, right?
Right.
But have enough to be a deck or a usable class.
Right.
What else? If they put an illusionist out and a wizard out as the 2 mainstay type class characters, both of those make sense for the festival, which has magic people at it, right? I don't know if you've read the story and description, but they talk about how there's ancient families that travel with this thing everywhere and have been for centuries. And their magic is, very focused on entertaining and stuff. And come on, an illusionist at a freaking carnival.
Right. That makes sense.
So fits. Yeah, so fits. So I think that's very viable that's where we end up. And then, the talents, the huge thing though. Yeah, maybe. But the huge thing though, is there's no talents tied to it because everyone's afraid. They're like, oh, is this the future? It's all talents. The other sets were just kind of teaser and we'll never see it again. And we'll never be this simple again. Well, guess what? There's only one talented hero so far, and there might only be one talented hero in this entire set.
Yeah.
So it might be fine, guys. Yeah. we might be okay without, everyone's going to have talents.
Right. And they're always going to need think of it like a core set. Magic has the core sets that are great that are kind of lower power level, better for beginner players. As a game, they're always going to need a product like that. So just because Welcome to Wraith is going away doesn't mean that they can't have another all vanilla hero Welcome to Wraith replacement updated.
Yep. Agreed.
So
I think that's what we're seeing.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what we're seeing. So I think it's good. And then of course with the PvE, you play side by side with someone that can help you like choose what to play and figure out how the cards work and stuff. That's a great intro way if that's how it goes, in my opinion.
Right.
Get people hooked by playing with their friends, like against a robot essentially, or a deck.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there are card games that do it. So.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Or I also like the idea of like an asymmetrical where it's like one person plays the boss deck and you're fighting like 3 of your friends. Like, so it's 1v3.
That would be cool too. That would be cool.
So like you're just that powerful that you can defend against. Like you have a
that would be kind
of
you
could have like
baller,
a 100 card deck, right? You have a 100 card deck and you have an 8 card hand or 7 card hand.
Oh.
And each time you draw back up to full.
Oh, I love it. That could be so cool.
Right?
Holy
and then you would have a whole like thing about it would change everything.
Yes, it would. That would be wild.
And then imagine like years down the road where the card pools are much bigger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Optimized with more power, like you're basically just a superhero's intelligent, right? Because all you need to do is say, here's that hat of evil demon boss, right? And it gives you +3 intelligence. And bam, you just have a 3v1 format right there. That's all it is. It's a 1 card change to make it happen. And then it changes your whole deck building strategy.
Yep.
Because you have a hand of 7 now.
Yep. And then you can make it so you say they have 2 or 3 action points, or they have as many action points as the opposing players there are. So if you're going up against
that one,
2, then you have 2.
That's 2.
Or would it then?
It could be something like that, though. It could be something like that.
Right, because I mean, you could only attack one person at a time, unless you're doing like a chain lightning or an AOE kind of thing. But
yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, anyways, we'll see in a few months, I'm sure, what exactly this all is. But there's a lot to get excited about.
Oh yeah, sure.
So we kind of jumped into the topic of the week. Do we want to go back and talk about the news? There's some Pokemon stuff and MetaZoo news we skipped over.
Yeah, I mean, Pokemon's starting to make a comeback. I find it interesting that pre-orders were probably around like what 110, 120 for Brilliant Stars, and now they're back up to like 135. I'm seeing. Don't pre-order cards, even if they're lower. I mean, so I did learn that Brilliant Stars has 2 waves announced. That's all that's been announced for it. So there's the first wave that's coming out now, and then there will be a second wave in April. And the second wave in April will be just about the size of the wave that we're getting now. But the next set will have been revealed, and people will be saving up for that next set. So if you are looking to play the game and get the cards for as low as you can immediately, then go ahead and get wave 1. But if you're looking to just buy sealed and hold it for investment, then you might want to wait till April.
Not financial advice, anybody. We're just a couple guys who like cardboard.
Yeah.
But yeah, sounds like a good plan. Yeah. I'm following your advice. You're not advice.
What's advice?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's where that's at.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
The other booster box, the other recent sets are slowly climbing back up to where they were a couple of months ago. But
yeah, that's the same across all of it. Like I said, I think in my market update, I was like, look, I think this is the bottom because I'm not getting the discounts I was getting before. So people don't foresee a further dip.
Right.
People are willing to hold where it is and not go lower. And so I think we're going to see that.
But then you have to think, okay, so Magic made the announcement of cardboard shortages and the unset on being able to be printed until later. Are we going to get one of that for this set? Are we going to get that for the next Flesh and Blood thing? Or are we going to get that for Wilderness? Well, Wilderness we know is already printed, so we don't have to worry about that.
They sent pictures of the boxes.
But UFO, what about UFO set?
When is that? That's August, right?
Summer.
Yeah, that's later, so we have a little time on that one. But yeah, I think you're right. It's something to think about. Because Magic's reprints will probably end up getting cut short. Pokemon, it sounds like they're only planning 2 waves. So I think across the board, you'll probably see short prints this year just from the shortage. I did not think about that before. It's a good point. I will say, overall, prices are ticking up. I was looking at my Magic stuff, and across the board, everything's up. All the sealed product has started to climb. Now, it's not like huge numbers, but it's all moving. It's all moving in the upward direction, where it was in a big drought for like 3 months, around the whole Innistrad sets. So I think we're seeing it. I think we'll see it in Fab after Everfest comes out, if we're not already, honestly. I think the whole winter time chill out, everyone's buying Christmas presents thing is over, and people are getting back to the what's the next thing to hype about,
Right. Yep.
So cool. Very cool. One last piece of news that's very important and close to my little MetaZoo heart. They announced the reserve list.
Heck yeah.
You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, let me pull it up here.
Yeah, it's wild. It's very cool. For those of you who don't know, because I didn't think about this when I talked about it in one of my other videos, I think it was a market update. The reserve list is a setting that they do, a list of cards that they basically say, it's from Magic. Magic did it originally. Yeah. They will never reprint them. They will never print cards that are mechanically the same.
Correct.
So they are the only ones. And
they can do something that's similar, but not
similar. Yeah, but it will never be exactly the same. So you have this guaranteed old card. Like, it's basically a guaranteed collectible. There's so many out in the world, and that's it. That's all there will ever be, ever. So they're a guaranteed collectible. And did you bring it up? You have the list?
I have it. I got it.
Yeah. Pretty good stuff. Pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Kind of surprised MetaZoo CN2 boxes aren't flying up in price. They went up by about 10%, but not a whole lot.
I think it might be that people just aren't paying that much attention.
Yeah.
Or it could be that people don't understand, because people don't know
what reserve list is.
Right.
Yeah, it's fair. Like, we got the question on the video, what is reserve list? So there's a fair chunk of MetaZoo fans who aren't familiar with Magic at all.
Yep.
And have no idea what the context of what that means.
So in their wording, it is the following cards will never be reprinted in a functionally identical form.
Yep. So that means you won't even get alt arts and stuff.
Correct.
Because that would be functionally identical. Yeah. Okay. And then the cards include, in the Cryptid Nation sets, all of the artifacts, which are all pretty good. 0,
all very powerful.
2 auras. Yeah.
Yep. They're 0 cost artifact that comes in fatigued, and then on the next turn, when it's awakened, you can fatigue it and generate 2 aura of that color. Then you have of the same color, and then you have the Chaos Crystal that generates 3 aura of any color, but you have to announce it when you fatigue it. And the other difference is the Chaos Crystal only has 25 life points, while all the other artifacts have 50 life points. So it creates more aura, but it is easier to be taken out.
Right. And then I guess Mothman from that set was the only other thing in there.
Correct. That's everything from Cryptid Nation, and then. But then you also have the tribal deck promos from Cryptid Nation. So Dingle Bell Ringleader, the Chieftain, Salamander Queen, Minnesota Iceman, Goblin King, Flying Manta Ray, Reptoid Ruler, Elder Matlock.
Those are Nightfall. It's also Nightfall theme decks. Yeah.
So all of the Nightfall and Cryptid Nation theme decks, the promos that you get for the beastie that's on the front of the deck, those are all promos that you cannot get in packs. You can only get them from these decks. So when you get a deck, you actually get 2 copies. You can only play one of them in your deck. So it's kind of like, hey, we know you got this deck because you like this guy, so we'll give you an extra copy of it, so you can have 1 in your deck and you can throw 1 in the binder. I think it's brilliant. And the theme decks are the best theme decks for any TCG I've played. It's a great value. It gets you right in. It gives you even a little collector thing. It gives you the coin that we don't know exactly what it's going to do yet. And then we have, a pack in there that you can just open for fun.
Yeah, it's solid. It's really good value. You're right on that. And they'll never print them again. So go buy those because they're cheap. They're $15 or so,
They're
even
cheap,
for Cryptid Nation ones.
So I think Mike's being pretty strong about not upping the price on those just yet to retailers, because from what I'm hearing is retailers can't hold on to
them. It makes sense. They're easy access to the game, so it makes sense. And now they're reserve list.
Right. And so when they are being reordered now, their allocations are smaller. Because they're running out.
So get them while you can.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And what else we got on that list?
Secret rare. So you got the red ink and the blue ink and old scratch.
Yeah, forget about those. You'll never get them.
What do you mean? I was going to open a Cryptid Nation box until I got a blue ink. And then
right.
Yeah. Okay.
There's like 100 in the world or something. Like they're really, really small prints. It's wild.
Then you have the release deck promos. So same thing as the theme decks. The ones, it's a cool product. I
didn't understand what this was. What is this? Explain
it. The release event decks.
It's the yellow boxes, the little yellow. Okay, I wasn't sure because release deck promos. I don't remember there being promos in there.
Yeah, so they like the Spider Grandmother and Headless Annie, Chino. Those are the only ways you can get those cards. You can't get those cards from opening packs.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
They are the promo.
What did I open in mine?
I don't know. I opened 2 of the Ice and 1 of the Spider.
Because we did that, didn't we? Didn't we do that as like a sealed thing we tried?
No, we were gonna do that. We did that with the spellbook.
Oh, it was a spellbook. You're right. I don't think I've opened an event deck.
You should open an event deck. They're fun.
No.
Okay.
Sealed product wins.
But yeah. So those, like the theme decks, have promos as their quote unquote leader of the deck, the big beastie. Very cool. There's actually some really powerful cards in there.
Nice.
Then the blister packs. So for Cryptid Nation and Nightfall, you have Mothman and Jersey Devil, respectively, for the blister pack promos. They are functionally different than the Jersey Devil and Mothman in the Cryptid Nation set, I believe.
Right.
So
I think
those will also be on this list, and then of the reserve list. And then the other promos, you have first anniversary celebration. So Father Sam, Loveland Mailman, D-Brews, X MetaZoo, and the Rudy promos. So all the Rudy promos, the Investments at Squatch, the Hunchback of Jacksonville, and Totally Not a Timmy are all going to never be reprinted. I would assume the Rudy ones wouldn't be reprinted anyways, but I guess they ought to put it on the list because they won't be.
Yeah.
And then the holiday promos. That's what I found interesting, because you have first and second edition of the Halloween and Christmas. And so that means that the 2020s, they aren't going to be reprinting, but next year they might have second edition of the 2021s.
Right. Now, did you get the Rudy kit? No, you didn't get the Rudy Nightfall kit, did you?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you did? Okay, I couldn't remember. So you know how it came with those little packs?
Yes, I have those.
And so is that what it's talking about for that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. The little packs that say like Halloween 2020 on it?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. I wasn't sure. I was like, I think this is them, but I don't know for sure.
That's them.
Got it. So there's special cards in there?
Yes.
I didn't know that. I've never opened them. They're all sealed.
I know.
They're worth so much money sealed, so I don't want to open them.
Fair. It's fair. I'm saving mine for next Halloween.
Oh, that's fun. I'm going to keep it. Gambler's Premium, man, on a freaking reserve list item. God, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I love Mike. I love Mike.
It's a single card reserve list pack where you get one card, but it's guaranteed to be on the reserve list.
On the reserve list. Come on, Mike, you're a genius. I love this guy.
And then there's what I find almost more interesting than any other card on this list is New Year's New Beginnings is on this list.
I know. You have one, right?
I have a couple.
Nice.
That is...
I don't think I got any.
No, it's in the Christmas promo.
Oh, is that where it was? I couldn't remember where it was.
They're in the Christmas packs.
Gotcha.
And I have 2 more boxes of the Christmas set.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I have 2 sealed. I opened 3. Or I opened 2 and I gave 1 away to a friend as a Christmas present. And then... But yeah, so that it is functionally different, and it actually helps control against compared to New Year, just the New Beginnings. So I'm sure they will come out with other New Beginnings because they specifically reference that you can only have one version of a New Beginnings in your deck. It's a one of, but you can't have like a New Year's New Beginning and a New Beginning. So.
Yep, they'll have something.
Yeah.
It'll be functionally different, though.
But that's basically like throw away both your hands. So it's very interesting that they will not be reprinting that. I predict that to be a hell of a hard time to find card.
Maybe, yeah.
But it's...
I don't know. Do you know what the print run was for the holiday thing?
No.
Yeah, that's the problem. Some of this stuff we don't know the print run, so they might not actually end up being that rare.
And there's a second printing.
Yeah, because there's like, think about Reserve List on Magic. There's like 3 or 4, maybe even 5 sets that they literally printed to insane levels. Right. And they're on the Reserve List, but they will never be more than 50-cent cards because there's literally billions of them out there. So I don't think that's the case with Cryptid Nation or MetaZoo, because they clearly haven't been able to print billions of everything. Right. But we don't know exactly the rarity of some of this stuff.
No. But then you get the really rare stuff with like the Nightfall playtester cards and convention-specific promos, comic promos, ambassador medals, Patreon medals. So all the medals, even the ones in the spellbooks, the spellbook promos.
That's where it came from. I was like, I have one of those medals.
Yeah. And
there's the spellbook?
Yes. Yeah, the Jersey Devil medal.
No. Maybe. Yeah. Actually, I think,
Yeah, I think that comes in the spellbook. I think you got that in the spellbook.
Find it. My shelf is too full. And then what else was there? I guess the other stuff is like non-accessible.
Yeah. Like playtester stuff.
Yeah, convention stuff. No, wait, is this a Jersey Devil or is this a oh yeah, it is a Jersey Devil. I never recognize it. Yeah, it's blowing like a little dragon fire around a pumpkin. Yeah. Interesting. That's why I thought I'd open a release, because it's called a release event medal, but it comes in the spell book.
It also comes in the release. I believe it also comes. Yeah, I think it comes in both.
That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I got a bunch of that stuff. I got a whole stack right here. First edition Cryptid Nation stuff. And then some additional value Reserve List things. I got excited. I bought a bunch of it. I have a lot now.
Yeah, that's wild.
I got my Reserve List position. I don't need any more. I might chase down some of those rare ones. Like that New Beginnings one sounds like a fun one to have. Never going to chase down those super rare ones. I looked for that. What was the 666 one? You know what I'm talking about? Sam or something? What's it called?
Old Scratch?
Devil. Yeah, Scratch. Yeah, Old Scratch. Yeah. And I don't remember what the cost was, but it made me close my browser. I literally was like, no. And I just closed it. I was like, nah, none of that, no. And then I read about it a little bit more. I was like, oh, it's literally one of 100 in the world. So.
First edition New Year's New Beginnings is $290.
I believe that. That sounds right. So yeah, I might pick that up. Like I could see myself getting some of those pieces. Because think about it, like I'll buy a cold foil common for $200.
All right.
Like that's what Nullrune cold foils are, you know?
Yeah.
So it's a reasonable amount and it's rare enough, and the game seems like it's getting big and has enough traction to get bigger, you know? So it's like, get it now before it becomes $1,000 card, you know?
Yeah.
Anywho, anything else in there? About Reserve List?
Nothing else about Reserve List.
I think there was the wasn't there a crypto thing they said something about? Oh yeah, they released the card.
Oh yeah, with the NFTs.
Yeah, they released an image of one of the cards. I guess there might be different ones, and they did a poll saying, you want it to be numbered by the type, because there's the different metal types. So you have gold, silver, bronze, purple, whatever that is, and like there's 200 purple tokens. There's like 100 gold. There's, I don't know exactly the numbers, but there's different numbers of each of them, and everyone overwhelmingly voted that they serialize it by color.
Yeah. I think that'll be really cool.
That's awesome, because it means I'll have a 1 of 200 card from this.
Right.
Yeah, which is just so baller. I love it. It was expensive, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Definitely paid more than the New Beginnings card is worth right now.
Yeah.
But at least it's a thing that I can sell out of the token itself, and it has function later.
Right.
Hopefully. If the internet's still working and all the rest of this is still working. OpenSea, NFTs and all that stuff, because it's all built into these systems that, what if it all goes away? Like Ethereum is no longer good, or OpenSea is no longer good, or something,
Right.
It's a little risky having digital collectibles, I'm not gonna lie.
It's a whole world. That's a whole different world.
It is. And he's melding them well. Like I said before, there's a lot of NFT stuff out there that's garbage, and this is one of the few where I'm like, oh, this is kind of what you're supposed to do with it, and it makes sense, and it helps, and it's valuable.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, by the way, those NFT boxes,
yeah, they're
selling for over 200 last time I looked.
Oh.
So they jumped compared to, like, you can get was the CN2 regular boxes for like $89 right now. So they are more valuable. They have a premium. Mm-hmm. We'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah. I don't think there's any actual difference inside them, is there?
Yeah. You're the one who told me about the difference. There's a special box topper. Are you doubting your own word? Because literally you were the one who told me that.
What? No, there's Blue Ink. Oh. Yeah. I think that was a rumor, and I'm not 100% sure.
You bastard. I was all excited. I think I even put that into one of my videos. I was like, Tommy tells me that there's a special box topper.
No, I think I saw it somewhere, and then
you told me that, and I believed you. Well, it doesn't matter. Either way, the box is more valuable.
Yeah,
just because it is of a certain number. It does have the sticker on it, and is identified with it. I think there's only 3,000 in total that were made.
Yeah.
So like there's a rarity there that's beyond any other printing, except for maybe the Kickstarters and how many? Do you know how many boxes of first edition were made? It was a lot, wasn't it? It's like 60,000 or something like that. I mean, a lot compared to 3,000. Put it that way.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. Kickstarter. I don't know if I can trust any of your stats or information about MetaZoo now.
25,000.
Okay, okay, yeah, so it's not as rare as that, and they're going for like 800 right now or so. Right. So yeah, that's about right. Because it's just printed. Give it another year, and then it will be up there theoretically.
Right.
So let's see. Anyways, any other news?
I think that does it for me. We're running over on time.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yep. Sounds like a good time to wrap it up. We had too much fun today.
Yeah. Well,
so much to talk about.
Thank you for listening. Make sure to go check out the YouTube, find the hashtags, post them, join in on our giveaway. And until next time.
You have to be a subscriber.
Yes, you do have to be a subscriber. Key.
And check out the Patreon as well.
Yep. We're going to be doing some more box breaks and box ratings. So.
Yeah, lots of fun stuff planned.
Yep. Until next time, we'll talk to you soon.
Have a good one.